This is the Joint Business and Industry Commission and Green Vernon Commission meeting of December 15th at 3:45 p.m. Chair Klein?
Yes, I guess, am I to call the meeting to order?
Yes, please.
I'm calling the meeting to order. Please mute your microphone and stand for the flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, City Clerk, please call the roll.
I will call the Business and Industry Commission first. Chair Klein?
Here.
Commissioner Condon?
Unmute, Tom.
Yes, here. Thank you.
Commissioner Saktova?
Here.
Commissioner Williams?
I'm right here.
I don't see Commissioner Andrioli or Baca. Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Baca.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. And for the Green Vernon Commission, Chair Morphin?
Here.
Commissioner Brown? Commissioner Brown?
Here.
Thank you. Commissioner Dare?
Here.
Commissioner Franz?
Here.
Commissioner Perez?
Here.
Commissioner Stossel?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Do we have any changes to the agenda?
There are none.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda. This is Ron Dare.
Is there a second?
Second.
I will second it by Sachdeva.
Motion by Commissioner Dare, seconded by Commissioner Sakteva, which I've been saying wrong all this time, to approve the agenda. I'll call the roll. Chair Klein?
Yes.
Commissioner Baca?
That would be a yes.
Commissioner Condon?
Yes.
Commissioner Sakteva?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Dare?
Aye.
Commissioner Franz?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Chair Morphin?
Yes.
Commissioner Perez?
Yes.
Commissioner Stossel?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now we will take public comments from members of the audience. If you'd like to provide a public comment through Zoom, please click the raise hand button.
Any
There-
of the attendees would like to address the commission, please click the raise hand button down at the bottom of the screen. Chair Klein, I don't see any.
Okay, we'll now go to the consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are to be approved with one motion. Items may be removed from the consent calendar by any member. Those items removed will be considered immediately after the consent calendar. Does any members wish to pull the item from the consent calendar? Are there any public comments for the consent calendar?
There are none.
May I have a motion for consent calendar item number 1?
So moved. Doug Williams.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ron Dare.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Dare to approve the minutes of June 16th, 2021 joint special meeting of the BIC and GVC. I'll call the roll. Chair Klein?
Yes.
Commissioner Baca?
That's yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Condon?
Yes.
Commissioner Saktova?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Dare?
Aye.
Commissioner Franz?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Chair Morphin?
Yes.
Commissioner Perez?
Yes.
Commissioner Stossel?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, we will now go to new business.
Item number 2 is mandatory organic waste disposal reduction ordinance, and Health and Environmental Control Director Agent will present the report.
Thank you, Commissioners, and good afternoon, and thank you for making the time. So on November 9th, 2021, we had a special joint meeting between the BIC and the Green Vernon Commission to discuss SB 1383 requirements and the proposed ordinance that the city have brought, city staff have brought forward. During that proposed, the discussion, the commission proposed some changes that they want us to include and to bring it back. So we have done that. Staff have made that changes. Particularly, there was 3 main changes. They want to include an exemption in the ordinance for small businesses based on what they're doing, that they don't need to meet that criteria. So we have included that. One of the proposed change they want to see was defining what a rendering facility is. So we have put a definition of rendering. And the last one was include a self-hauling requirement. So all those has been included in the ordinance that we have put forward. So based on that, we have incorporated all the proposed changes to the ordinance. And during this meeting, if the BIC and Green Vernon Commission do agree to move forward, then we'll take that ordinance to City Council for their review and adoption. So I think you all received a copy of that, or was posted on the agenda, but we have included all the proposed changes that you guys want us to include. That concludes my report.
Are there any technical questions for staff? I have one, Freddie. Did Commissioner Andrioli have a look at this?
So it was sent out. So we sent it out to everybody. It hasn't. When it was sent with the meeting, that was included in the packet that went out.
Okay.
Commissioner Andrioli was going to try to join us around 4, so hopefully he'll be on shortly. if
Okay.
possible.
Well, I'd actually love to hear, as he is probably our expert on the commission. Well, can we come back to technical questions if Jimmy has some questions, and proceed to ask if there are any public comments?
Yes.
Thank you. Are there any public comments?
I don't see any hands raised. Oh, I do. Hold on just a minute.
Great,
We have
thank
one.
you.
I'll go ahead and allow them to talk. All right, Matthew, you have permission to speak. Please unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Hi. Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Kotanjan, and I'm from AAA Rubbish. And I spoke on behalf of the organics, the mandatory organics food waste in the city of Vernon before. And the city of Vernon is very unique with respect to organics material. It's just a matter of contacting the customers and gathering all the data and submitting the data to the city. The problem that we're having right now currently is some of the customers, they don't want to give us that information as far as how many tons of material, how many tons of organic material they're recycling in a calendar year. And I want to know how do we go about the city, if the city can get involved and contact the customers to gather such data. And so we're running into some experiences with other customers that are calling us, and we're going to be setting up some more mandatory commercial organic recycling after the holidays. So is there going to be any kind of assistance with the city to help us gather some of that data from our respective customers, to input that data, populate it in our reporting system, and send it to the city, in the near future? Because it's really important for us to make sure that we're all in compliance.
Freddie, is there anything? So I guess you don't keep track. I'm sorry, Matthew, just a question. You don't keep track of the data you pick up? I'm sorry, Matthew. Do you keep records of what you pick up from the customer?
Coronavirus. Widespread vaccination for COVID-19 is a critical tool to
Yeah, Stan, I think, thank you. So Matthew, the question is, do you keep track of the types of materials and the weights of the materials that you pick up from your customers?
We might need to allow,
Commissioner Klein, oh, no.
Okay.
Dominic, do we need to allow him to speak? Oh, I think,
He
Go
can
ahead,
speak right
Matthew.
now. His microphone's just muted.
Okay. Matthew, did you hear the question?
Yeah, Mr. Klein, I did. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yes, we gather the data from several of our customers in the city of Vernon, and then we upload it on an Excel spreadsheet. Then we forward all the different tonnages to the city of Vernon. However, a lot of times customers, the folks that we have that relationship with, they move on with their career path. They choose a different career path. A new individual takes their position, and then that new person does not want to give us that information anymore. So we might need the city's help to gather that information so we can add that tonnages to our reporting system.
I get it. The question is just, I mean, I just want to kind of understand. So when you pick up from a customer, you know how much weight that you're picking up and what type of material you're picking up. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So is there a reason you can't keep track of knowing how much you picked up from that customer?
Every month the weight can change, Mr. Klein. So 1 month it could be a certain amount of tonnage, the next month it could be a different amount. It could be a different amount.
Okay, you're just charging them by the container that you pick up, not by the
Correct.
weight that's in the container. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So I guess I have a question, Freddie. How is somebody supposed to know how much lettuce they're putting in with their paper wrappers? How does somebody know that?
So, Commissioner Klein, so it's really, I think it's a collaboration between the hauler and the facility that are dumping it. Because when they do take it, they need to tell them, if you, for example, you wasted, you threw away 5 pounds of produce, you keep that record, because a lot of times they also need to recoup that cost. So they have records of them. So when we do call them, they can tell us it's a ballpark. It's not really actual figure, but they can give us a round number what they have taken. When it comes to boxes, stuff like that, those, I think we come more on a hauler to do that, because when they do take it, it needs to be weighed, it needs to be recorded. So that's where we get those numbers from. So sometimes we also call actually what they taking it to, and they will give it that information also to us.
Okay, so when you call the customer will tell you, and I guess what Matt's saying is, from a practical standpoint, the customer is not willing to give him the information.
Right, and we can assist in that effort. If the customer have the information, we can assist with that. So
Okay.
if Matt, you can call me after we're done, or you can reach out and we can help you.
But it sounds like the customer's not knowing they have to do it if there's a new person in place.
Commissioner Frank, this is not new. So I think what I hear Matt saying is sometimes the person in charge change.
Right.
Or they're not, so when they call, they may not know what the information is, or they don't have to provide it. So we can assist in that effort.
Okay. Not to share any trade secrets, Matthews, but how many customers are not willing to share?
Mr. Klein, so far it's just one.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Freddie will help you. Sounds like.
And this happened last week. He didn't want to give me the information. He was going to contact the city and ask the city if it's okay to give me the information. And I explained to him the whole law, and I gave him the whole speech, and he was going to contact the city sometime in the near future and forward the information over to the city.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Freddie's answered your question. He's going to help when
Yeah, I
you have
appreciate
those issues.
Yeah, I appreciate that because we're gonna need a lot of help here after the holidays because a lot of our customers are calling, and we're gonna start setting up more customers after the holidays.
Okay, all right. Did Commissioner Andrioli, is he on yet?
No, I tried to get in touch with them and I couldn't reach him in any of the 3 ways I tried, so.
I sent him the invite again, so he has the most
Yeah,
up-to-date
he was gonna
information.
try to come on, he wasn't sure, so. The commission can proceed if it would like to without him.
Okay. Let's see, FAR 02. Any other commissioners have any questions on this?
Freddie, just to reiterate, each hauling service is going to need to submit an application to the city to be approved to haul from customers from the city. Is that correct?
Are you referring to a self-hauler or are you referring to already franchise hauler? We already have agreement with our franchise haulers already, so that's established. What we don't have is when people are self-hauling or they have a private company that come in and do the hauling on their behalf. Yes, those they need to register.
They're gonna have to register, okay.
Yes. Because just like Matt was saying, when they come to reporting, we need to know who's picking up and where it's going.
And are you gonna be making decisions on who's based on a record, they're going to be disqualified or not?
No, there's no disqualification. Just whoever is picking up, we need to know so they can report.
What if a self-hauler is not reporting?
That's what we need to register so we can, they will have an ordinance that this is, there's a time they need to report so we can follow up with them.
Okay.
Okay. Any other public comments?
I don't see any other hands raised.
Okay. Fair enough. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the waste disposal reduction ordinance as submitted. Vice
All
Chair
right.
Franz.
Is there a second?
Second it, Perez.
Motion by Commissioner Franz, seconded by Commissioner Perez, and I think you meant to recommend that the city council adopt the organic waste disposal reduction ordinance.
Correct.
Commissioner Franz, was that your motion?
Correct.
Thank you. I'll call the roll. Chair Klein,
I'll abstain. I don't understand it.
Commissioner Baca,
I'm fine. Yes.
Commissioner Condon,
Yes.
Commissioner Sartova,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
No.
Commissioner Dare,
Aye.
Commissioner Franz,
Aye.
Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Morfin,
I abstain.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Commissioner Stossel.
He's muted.
Sorry. Aye.
Thank you. Did I call everybody? Okay. So the motion carries with Commissioner Williams voting no, Commissioner Klein and Commissioner Morfin abstaining.
Okay, now we'll go to oral reports. Are there any reports from the commissioners or staff?
Commissioner Franz, did you have something that you wanted to bring up at this point?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up our company used to use a company called Spectrum Link as a microwave provided internet provider, and that they turned off services on Friday, so it left us in quite a pickle. And in researching other alternatives in the past, there's just been a very limited source for internet for affordable internet providing services, including the city of Vernon. With City of Vernon has fiber, but it's fairly expensive for the speeds provided. So I wanted to understand, why there aren't more providers in the city of Vernon, and even like AT&T doesn't provide it. Several of the mainstream folks don't provide good affordable internet for businesses. I'm curious if other commissioners have similar issues, and what else the city can be done, or what commissioners can be done to help that.
Now I have a question, and then I will tell you, which internet provider that we have. What's the name of the company that left?
It was Spectrum Link.
Okay, got it.
Not Spectrum.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. I used to get a lot of phone calls from Spectrum, Link a few years back. We have a fixed wireless service, a company called Wiline. It's WILINE. And the sales rep that we had just, left the company. But I do have their information, and I can, post it on the chat here, or I can, email it to you. And we're fairly happy with it. What they do is they put a antenna, kind of like a dish, on top of your building, and they point it to some other antenna, and that's how you get internet. And the only downside is that if it rains, sometimes, if it's a storm, you may experience downtime. But otherwise it's pretty decent.
Great, thanks. This was Spectrum was a similar type of service.
Yeah.
Not a fiber.
Yeah, Duncan, are you talking about Nader Habash over at who with
Yes.
Wiline? Yeah, they moved. He moved, and the company that he's with now is BAI. Had a conversation with him yesterday. Brief, and they're looking to move into Vernon, and they're mostly wireless. It's not a hard line. It's wireless.
Yeah.
We've been with AT&T for a while. It's hard line. The box is across the street from us, nearly at the corner of Vernon and Alameda. Doesn't go down a whole hell of a lot. It ain't cheap, but it's there, and it's available. We've got a backup. I forget the name of the place right now, but Nader, I spoke with him yesterday. Just as a matter of fact, I can get you their number, Alan. I don't know if they're servicing Vernon yet, but I can send you their contact information. You can get a hold of them and find out what they're doing.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay. So I guess we're looking to, without any further business, I would adjourn this meeting at 4:10.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you everyone for attending. I really appreciate it. And thanks, Freddie, for your patience on this goofy ordinance.
Thank you. Happy holidays.